Hello, Homestead. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stay standing for a moment of silence. From Homestead Media, this is HHS In Depth.
When you take a look outside, you can see the construction project making significant progress. Ahead, get an update on the progress on the new Homestead High School project and what's in store over the next few months.
Plus.
And it's a producer-only market, meaning the people who are here are the ones that actually grow or make the product.
Farmers markets are popping up everywhere around our country. Coming up, get an inside look into the farmers market in downtown Fort Wayne. Those stories and more are straight ahead. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Cora Shaw.
And I'm Ashton HACKMAN. As we get further into the school year, the construction project moves into its third month here on campus. We have continuing coverage of the progress as the Homestead construction project is changing the landscape of our school grounds on a daily basis. In the last few weeks, the lot north of the football field has been closed off and crews have already begun demolition of the parking lot. This area on campus will be the future home of a multi-purpose facility which will feature the clinic, athletic locker rooms, and impact. To the far east of campus, crews have begun chopping down trees and removing fencing in the area behind the football field to clear way for a future service road for buses. It will not be finished until mid-December or early next year and will not be used until the following school year. And one more area of progress to make note of is the construction of the new parking lot directly to the south of the LEIGH at the main entrance. Crews have poured concrete medians and asphalt is expected to be laid in the coming weeks. Students will begin parking in the new lot by next semester as the current main lot will be closed off after winter break to prepare for the next phase of construction. As of now, the $169 million project is expected to be completed by 2024 if things stay on pace. Reminder, you can track the progress on the Homestead website by clicking on the construction tab. A trend sweeping the nation is pop-up farmers markets, and Fort Wayne has jumped on that trend with their market downtown every weekend.
To learn about our farmers market and what makes it different than a typical one, here's HHS In Depth reporter Nada DeHook.
Around the United States, many people have begun using more organic products, which is increasing the popularity of farmers markets. What many Homestead students don't know is that there's been a farmers market downtown for years that promotes local businesses who sell items from jewelry to tasty food.
So our farmers market is a true farmers market. All the products are bought within a 100-mile radius, and it's a producer-only market, meaning the people who are here are the ones that actually grow or make the product. It's important to people to have access to fresh produce for nutrition and for family.
And many customers come every weekend because they can rely on the farmers market for delicious food and good memories.
Well, my family and I enjoy coming to the farmers market because it's a great way to support local business and get homemade things or locally made products. And of course, my kids always love when they have the food trucks with the treats.
I definitely say my favorite part about the farmers market is the different people you meet here, all the different products. There's some really good food, honestly. And you can't find this stuff, anywhere else. It's a great way to support small businesses, so just gotta come out and visit the farmers market.
Until further notice, the farmers market is taking place downtown at Parkview Field on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Come out and support your local Fort Wayne businesses. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Nada DeHook.
Boys basketball tryouts begin on Monday, November 9th, with seniors, juniors, and sophomores trying out from 3 to 5:30 p.m. and freshmen from 7 to 9 p.m. All players must have their physical and concussion form turned into the athletic office before participating.
Tryouts for the boys swimming and diving team will be held next week at the Summit Middle School Natatorium. Swimming tryouts will be Monday 5 to 7, Tuesday 3 to 5, and Wednesday 5 to 7. Diving tryouts will be Monday 3 to 5, Tuesday 3 to 4:30, and Thursday 5:30 to 6:45 a.m. All athletes must have completed physical paperwork on file with the athletic department before they can participate.
After swimming and diving tryouts, there will be a parent meeting for all boys and girls team members on Thursday, November 12th at 6:30 p.m. in the Summit Middle School cafeteria.
Clubs meeting today include Euchre Club after school in room 212. New players and experienced players are all welcome, and snacks and drinks will be provided. And K-Pop Club meets today after school in room 924.
Also meeting today is Dungeons & Dragons in room 616. They also meet Mondays in 604C. No materials or experience is required. Just bring your laptop and a friend. Go and make a unique character, learn the basics of the popular role-playing game, and have fun.
Well, we talked about the construction on campus earlier, but will lockers make their way into the new school?
Coming up, find out whether there will be as many lockers in the new building. There's still plenty of HHS in depth to come. Don't go anywhere.
The Riley Drive-In Movie Night is on November 14th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at Homestead. Buy a ticket now to promote and support the Riley Children's Hospital. Ticket prices are $7 for children ages 3 to 9 and $10 for general admission. All proceeds will benefit Riley Children's Hospital directly. Pixar's Cars will be playing, and Sachs families are encouraged to come watch and enjoy the drive-in atmosphere. Contact Mrs. Brayman or Dance Marathon President Michaela Watt at the email shown here.
You're watching HHS in Depth with ASHTON HACKMAN and Cora Shaw.
Attention everyone interested in joining DECA this year. There will be an informational Zoom meeting on Monday, November 9th at 3 p.m. If you're interested in DECA this year, please stop by Mr. McNeil's room to pick up the Zoom link for the meeting.
Film Club meets every Tuesday after school in Mrs. Ricker's room, room 113. Join them for snacks and films.
Catan Club meets again next week on Wednesday, November 11th after school in room 932. New players are always welcome to attend.
Basket Weaving Club meets every other Thursday in Mrs. Ricker's room, room 204. Their next meeting is next Thursday, November 12th. No experience is necessary.
The Biomedical Science Club will host their first speaker next Wednesday, November 11th. Jennifer Lloyd from the Health Science program at Trine University will present through Zoom. They will meet in room 215 from 2:40 to 3:30 p.m. Real-time students can access the virtual link posted on the homepage of the Biomed Club Canvas page. If you have questions or are interested in a membership form, email Mrs. Behrens at the email address shown here. Well, we talked about the new Homestead construction project earlier in the newscast, but one aspect taking place inside the school is something a lot of students are curious about.
Will there be as many lockers at the new Homestead compared to the current building? HHS In Depth reporter Roland McMillan is in to figure it out.
For several decades, the locker has had a huge role in the student daily routine. But with the changes to the building over the years, the variety of the lockers has decreased dramatically. Fortunately, students can expect to see lockers in a new school, along with new guidelines and new locker-related procedures.
Lockers in the new building will only be in the new section of the building. Actually, we're going to take the lockers that are in the current two-story section of the building, pull those out, and put in half lockers there. And then students will be able to sign up for lockers rather than give them out to everybody and not have them use them. If a student wants to use a locker, there'll be a locker available for them.
Students have many theories as to why lockers are easily ignored more and more, but the changes in technology and education could prove to be the most logical explanation.
You know, I think lockers are very valuable. I think the way our school culture has developed, because of the way we're so spread out, we've become a school that doesn't use their lockers. But as the school's gotten bigger and bigger, and we added on the freshman academy and done some different things, it gets to be a big place. And so it becomes a time issue, and kids started using their backpacks, and eventually hardly anybody used their lockers.
If COVID-19 were to happen 10 years before 2020, lockers would have definitely been a bigger concern, since more students actually used lockers back in those times. But since students aren't required to use lockers here at Homestead, barely anything was left behind before the pandemic started.
If you remember last spring, we had to have students come back to the building to get materials. It was a drive-through, so to speak. We didn't have many students with things left in the building because the lockers were empty. Whereas other schools would have thousands of kids, 2,000 and 3,000 students, who had to come back and get everything that was in their locker. What we had were students who had to bring back textbooks, but they didn't need to pick up much. We had very few things that needed to be picked up.
While it's not expected for many students to be using lockers in the new school, it is more than nice for students to at least have the option if they want to do things the old-fashioned way. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Roland McMillan.
Turning to weather now, the temperatures have really been non-November-like over the last few days, but how long can we expect this weather to stick around?
Easton Hensley is in now to tell us what we can expect for the rest of the weekend.
If you're going to the game tonight, you may want to bring an extra layer, as you can expect cool temperatures dropping into the mid-40s. Later into the weekend, it will be surprisingly warm and sunny with highs reaching up into the 70s on both Saturday and Sunday, so this weekend will be a good one to get some fall yard work done before snowfall. I'll be back later with a check at the 7-day forecast.
All right, thank you, Easton.
Next in sports, as the fall sports season is coming to a close, one winter sports team is gearing up for their first regular season matchup. Coming up, we catch up with the number 2 ranked Lady Spartan basketball team as they get set to face Carmel in the morning. More HHS in depth after these messages.
Big end around to him, Warren through the throw, has a man, that's Chambers, end zone, caught, touchdown. Throws to Kistler, in the end zone, touchdown, Jared Kistler. 28 unanswered points, and Homestead finds himself moving on to the sectional championship next week.
Welcome back, I'm Ashton HACKMAN. Fall sports are nearly over, with football being the only team still in postseason action. The Spartans won last Friday against Snyder and advanced to tonight's sectional final here at home. With a recap of the semifinal against the Panthers, here's sports reporter Caleb Wood.
Homestead versus Snyder for the second time this year in sectional playoffs. Snyder proved that they were ready for the rematch, returning the opening kickoff to get on the board early. A field goal would put them up 10-0. Eventually the Spartans would respond. Ormsby to Ethan Chambers for the 6 points. The PAT is good. No scoring in the second quarter, so Snyder is up 10-7 at the half. The second half will be dominated by Homestead. Nick Sidarth subbing in for a running back. He escapes the pocket and gets the 28-yard rushing touchdown, putting the Spartans ahead for the first time that night. Quarterback Evan Ormsby tied this game for his highest completion rate on the season, almost 80%. This one to Jared Kistler. He fought his way to the goal line. And fourth quarter action, it's Gage Sparrow with the touchdown, putting the Spartans up by 18 points. The Spartan defense kept the Panthers scoreless in the second half, Homestead winning the first round of the sectional playoffs 28-10. Not quite the 30-point win from earlier in the season, but a good victory for the Spartans nonetheless. They will move on to face Warsaw tonight for the sectional playoffs.
It's hard to believe it, but high school hoops in Indiana begins this weekend for girls. The Lady Spartans have a long road trip to open their season against Carmel tomorrow afternoon. Ahead of their season opener against Carmel tomorrow, we get caught up with the Lady Spartan basketball team.
We are the target in the SAC. We've been the target for for a really long time. So our drive is that we're the target. We have the target on our back, and we're just going to keep working hard because we love to win, and we're going to keep winning.
Losing like Riley and Sydney last year, I think that it's important that we play as a team and practice hard and practice like we're playing a really good team, which we are. And I think that this weekend will be a good challenge for us.
We want to be number one, but we have to work harder to where we get to where we want to be. So we have that target on our back, and we just have to go out and play hard every game.
Congratulations to the girls cross-country team on their 16th place finish at Saturday's IHSAA state finals. Freshman Addison Canablo finished 79th, and Reagan Albers and Claire Weidler came in 114th and 115th respectively. And the boys team did not make it out of semi-state, but junior Ethan Bates advanced to the state finals, finishing 18th as an individual with a time of 16:03. Congratulations to both the girls and Ethan on terrific seasons. That's all for sports. Easton has a final check of the forecast after these messages.
Next week on HHS In Depth, reporter Cora Shaw introduces you to Homestead's fall play, where the cast performs a variety of monologues from famous theatrical performances and scenes from popular movies. Catch this story and more only on HHS In Depth.
After the sunny skies pass this weekend, you can expect it to cool down with temperatures dropping into the mid-40s later in the week. We'll see some cloudy skies on Tuesday with a high of 62 and a chance of rain. And those clouds will stick around for Wednesday as well with some possible showers. And finally on Thursday, the sun will come back out, but unfortunately, those warm temperatures will not, with the high reaching only about 47. Make sure you get outside this weekend, enjoy this nice weather while it lasts.
All right, Easton, thank you. And thank you for watching today.
Don't forget, if you aren't going to the sectional football game against Warsaw tonight, you can watch it on Homestead Media's YouTube channel.
That's right, Cora. I'll be on with the pregame show at 6:30 p.m. and kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. with Matt Southrank and Chris Corman on the call. We'll be back next week with an all-new edition of HHS In Depth.
Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.